Hello, I am Psylosia, and this is my third time trying to record this. So let's pray that it works. YouTube videos are no joke. This shit is hard work. Anyways, I wanted to make this video to officially introduce myself to you all and answer some questions that I've gotten. So, I am Psylosia, and I am an independent dark pop artist. I'm originally from North Carolina, a small town on the East Coast, and I have been singing my whole life. And let's see. My favorite color is pink, if you can't tell already. What else? I am a huge animal lover. I am a crazy horse girl at heart. What else about me? And I'm super dramatic when I write songs. Okay, let's get into the questions, because I don't really know, what else to say about myself. I'm literally praying that this doesn't get deleted. Okay. I'm going to try to go through the questions a little bit quicker. So let's see. Okay, so first question I got is, when are you touring? I don't know yet, but I will be doing live stream shows for you guys. I'm currently in the process of setting that up, and it will be ready very soon, so I'll be keeping you updated. My favorite song, gosh, I have so many. But off the top of my head, my favorite song to sing is, one of my favorite songs to sing is definitely No Time to Die by Billie Eilish. How old are you? I am 23. When are new songs? I'm anxious. I am always working on new songs for you guys. I just released a new single, and I'm already working on the next one for you. Not a question, but just wanted to say your voice is one of the best. It's magical and stunning. Thank you so much. That is the sweetest thing ever. Do you produce your own music? What DAW do you use? So I work with my producer, Dolph Dayana, and he uses FL Studio to make the beats, and then Pro Tools to record me. Do you have any fans from Saudi Arabia, or is it just me? I don't really know. I am very grateful that you're a fan in Saudi Arabia, though. And that would be so crazy to come there one day. Oh my gosh. How did you become that bitch? You're so sweet. I don't know. Favorite artist that's not yourself, of course. LOL. Oh my gosh, again, I have so many, I don't even know where to start. Growing up, I would say Michael was probably my favorite artist. Excuse me. And was definitely my introduction into pop music. Let's see. What is your fashion inspiration? My fashion inspiration... Gosh, I'm really still trying to evolve my style and work on my fashion. I would say my fashion inspirations are really just mainly people that I see out in real life, and just people that authentically, unapologetically express themselves through fashion and their outfits. That's what I want to be able to do, what I'm trying to work towards in my own way, or express a character of themselves or something through fashion. I would say that's definitely one of my main fashion inspirations. I just recently went to New York too, and I saw so much cool fashion up there, just street fashion, so good. What inspires you to create such unique music with deep, intense melodies? I'm in love with it. Well, thank you so much. I would say really just what mainly inspires me is just using music as a coping mechanism, as a way of therapy to cope with like anything that I've been through in life, but especially when it comes to like relationships and heartbreak, turmoil, or just really like anything that I've gone through in my life. I've always gone to music to express it and cope with it, you know? So I would say that's probably my main inspiration for writing. I don't know how I found your music, but on God, you're one of the best and so underrated. Oh, thank you so much. That is so sweet. Let's see. Not a question, but I absolutely love your music. You're amazing. Thank you so much. That's so sweet. Come to Brazil. Oh my gosh, I would love to, and I'm manifesting that I will be coming there one day. Is there anything that inspires you to make songs? Kind of what I said before, like just whatever I've gone through in life, or especially if something is fresh, you know, like a fresh heartbreak or just anything terrible, you know, that you go through that like really impacts you. That's definitely when I'm like, I need to get in the studio. I mean, I'm always in the studio just writing, you know, because it's just what I love to do, in a general sense, but especially when I'm like coping with, you know, something that I've gone through. But I also really enjoy writing from different perspectives as well, like a perspective from, you know, someone else that I know in my life and what they're going through, or someone like a character in a show or movie, but mainly from my own personal experiences, I would say. What's your favorite song of your own? Right now, probably the new song, Here We Go Again. Let's see, what's next? Are you coming to Germany? I wish I was coming to Germany. Hopefully one day I will be. I'm addicted to your songs. Me and my daughter are actually. Kisses from Brazil. Oh, thank you so much. Tour ? To include England, not just London. I would love to come and tour England one day. Oh my gosh. Hi, is something new coming? Always. I'm always working and writing something new for you guys. Where are you based in the world currently? Currently, I am based in Miami, Florida. I made you a music video for Eye for Eye. Would you like to see it? I would love to see it. You can either DM me on Instagram or you can email me at psylosia@gmail.com. How old are you? I'm 23. What's your favorite song you've ever made? Oh my gosh. I mean, that I've ever made? That's a hard one. Probably like I love all the songs I've made. Maybe like my top 3 at least currently are probably Beauty and You, Pay For You, and Here We Go Again. How are you so pretty? Oh, stop. You're so sweet. Do you make any profit from your music? I am starting to, after almost 5 years of making nothing, and just working really hard. But yes, I'm starting to, and I'm extremely grateful. So yes, just trying to keep building. What's your name? So my real name is Charlotte Waltz, and yeah, my artist name is Psylosia. Greetings from Argentina. I would like to know how and why did you write Pay For You? So, Pay For You is a song that I wrote during a time where I was really going through a lot in the industry, and it was kind of my first real experience with how things can go very wrong in the industry and how crazy the industry is. I can't really get into the details, but that's kind of how that song came to be. It was written in the style of like a heartbreak, toxic love song, but it was really about like my experience with being in the industry at that time, and kind of, in the style of like a heartbreak song, but really about me versus like the industry. So yeah, that's really where that song came from. Let's see. Do you produce your own stuff? So, like I said, I work with my producer, Dolph Dayana. He's incredible, so talented, and just so much fun to work with. You guys should definitely look him up. He's amazing. How long have you been making music? I have been making music for about 4.5 years now. But I mean, I've been like singing my whole life, but I really started like taking it seriously the past 4.5 years. When will you come to LA? Hopefully this year. I'm really hoping this year. Who's your biggest inspiration? I would say that I have different types of inspirations, like people in my everyday life that I really look up to, like friends and family, coworkers, and then I also have like, figures that aren't people I know, but like figures in the industry that I really look up to. I really look up to Russ because he's such a successful independent artist, and I just really respect and admire how he's built his career, and I really want to mirror my career in a similar way as far as maintaining control and just being like in charge of what I'm doing, being my own label, being independent. Also Nick D too, I've learned a lot from him. I read his book, it was amazing. I need to read Russ's book too. I'd say those are two of the top independent artists that I look up to as far as like how they've built their career. I really want to do that in my own way. But I have a lot of people in my everyday life that I personally know that I also am really inspired by. I try to surround myself with people that inspire me, because you know what they say, you are who you hang out with. So, alright, let's move on to the next set of questions. Where are they? Okay, is it just me, or like every time that I go on Instagram to either like do something productive, like make a post, or like just now I was going to my story archive for the questions, like every time I go on Instagram to do something like that, I always get distracted, and then I just find myself doom scrolling, and I'm like, stop. Okay, here we are, next set of questions. What was your first DAW when you started producing? So when I first started music, like making my own music, it was in 2019, right after I graduated high school, and this was before I met Dolph, my producer now, and it was literally just me, like in my bedroom on my mom's farm in the middle of nowhere. So I was just using GarageBand at the very beginning, and I would definitely recommend that to anyone that is like just starting out. You can't go wrong with it. Or just pick up a guitar and learn some chords, and record yourself with your phone, or you could use BandLab on your phone too. I've heard that's really easy. Excuse me. Any tips for better vocals? I want to get better at singing. So I definitely have a few tips for you. I would say if you can work with a vocal coach, that would be amazing. Be like, probably the best thing you could do is work with a vocal coach. But also, I mean, where I feel like I gained a lot of my experience and foundation was just from being in a chorus or a choir. So if you're open to that, I would really recommend that too. And then of course YouTube, just, excuse me, going on YouTube and just doing vocal warm-ups on YouTube. Also, active listening is something that's kind of underrated, but I really vouch for, because I feel like I learned so much about music and singing through just actively listening to music. So definitely recommend active listening. Also, how are you so cool? Stop. How are you so sweet? That is so sweet. Hello, do you have any plans to release more music soon? Absolutely. I am always working on the next thing for you guys. Let's see. What's your Subway sandwich order? Can't say. I can't even remember the last time I went to Subway. But I will say, back in the day, I used to be a Subway gal, 100%. I don't know, I used to have like a pretty basic order, I'm sure, like white bread, turkey. I think I would get turkey or ham, and like Swiss cheese and lettuce, onions. I like onions. I don't know, and like mayo. I like mayo too. So yeah. Oh, and I would always get a chocolate chip cookie. So good. They have the best chocolate chip cookies. No questions, just want to say I love your new song. Well, thank you so much. What is your why? Like, why do you do this? Oh gosh, I mean, I think that I do this because, or I chose to do music as a career because I had an epiphany at one point in my life where I realized how extremely important music was to me, and that I would be singing and writing and creating music the rest of my life just for myself as like a form of therapy, whether it was my career or not. And that's kind of what made me want to dive deeper into it and create a whole world out of what music is for me and what creating music is for me. And I hope that anyone that listens to my music can find a space of comfort and safety and just feeling understood through whatever you're going through. I just really hope you can find that place of comfort through listening to some of my songs, because that's really what music is for me, and that's what writing these songs is for me. It's like, not to be dramatic, but like kind of like what keeps me going. Maybe not the only thing, but definitely, you know, one of the main things that I live for is, I absolutely feel like is music and creating it. So yeah. What's your zodiac sign? I am a Gemini gang. Why does your song give me goosebumps? I don't know. Maybe I put some magic in there. Oopsie. Where are you based? I'd really like to visit your country one day. You're just the best artist for me. Oh, thank you. That is so sweet. I am based in Miami, Florida. So, yeah, I'm here for now. I'm a Brazilian fan who really likes your lyrics. Do you base your composition on yourself or other people close to you? I would say it's kind of a mix, but I would say it's mostly based off of like my own experiences and, you know, really like my own relationships and life experiences and personal battles too. I definitely write a lot about like just personal battles and struggles I have. I'm very vulnerable in my music, So I think that's really what I base a lot of it off of is finding comfort in being able to be really vulnerable with the music. Where do you get inspo from writing your lyrics? Kind of like what I just mentioned, really just like that safe space of, you know, being able to be super vulnerable with myself and turn it into something cool, you know, and instead of feeling like ashamed for feeling that way or being vulnerable. It's cool to kind of, you know, flip the switch and turn your like insecurities into like a type of superpower almost. Okay, let's see. I'm doing these videos in clips because I've had so much trouble with filming this, so I hope it's not too weird. I'm just trying my best to get this video up for you guys. Someone said, how old is Spot? This is one of my friends from the studio. He calls my dog Spot. Her name is actually Mercy. And she is about 5 years old, I think. I rescued her 2 years ago from the Miami animal shelter, and she is literally everything to me. She's my heart and soul, and she's such a precious baby. I would show you guys her right now, but she's fast asleep taking a nap, so I don't want to wake her. Let's see. What is your favorite current Psylosia song? Currently, my favorite song is probably the new one, Here We Go Again. Don't know if you answered this, but where did the name Psylosia come from? So the name Psylosia came from when about like when 2.5 years ago or something, I went through a crazy experience, my first kind of wild experience in the industry, and basically, long story short, shit hit the fan and I had to rethink everything I was doing. And through that experience, I decided that if I wanted to keep doing this, I needed to protect myself, and to do that, I wanted to create an alter ego for myself, like a new artist alter ego personality and name to protect me as a person. So that's how I decided to create the name Psylosia, and why I decided to be Psylosia. But actually coming up with the name was a process, and I need to show you guys one day like the paper I have of all the different names I was brainstorming at the time, like silly crazy names. But basically Psylosia, the main inspiration of the actual name came from a flower called Psylosia, which I really want to make into like an album art cover or something one day. But yeah, I really loved the ring of that name, and then I basically just took changed the spelling of the first half, because it was spelled Celosia, so I just took the Cel and made it Psy to kind of give it a little bit more of like a darker, interesting feel, to kind of mirror and like, you know, yeah, I guess to kind of like give off the vibe of like what my music kind of is. It's very moody and, you know, so yeah, that's kind of the origin of the name. Since when did you start making music, and are you releasing a new album soon? So, I've been making music for about 4.5 years, and I definitely want to release an album at some point. I just don't know when. It may be this year, it may be next year, but yeah. Do you plan to get signed to a record deal? No, I do not plan to get signed to a record deal, which I could even make a separate video kind of talking about this kind of stuff, like more industry coded stuff. But yeah, kind of like I briefly mentioned before, I did have a little bit of an experience with the industry at the beginning of my career, and it really just taught me that I want to remain independent, and it taught me how important it is to be educated. Knowledge is power. Be educated on how the industry works. So many artists are so blindsided by these labels and, you know, the things they wave in front of your face, and all the temptation there is, you know. So knowledge is absolutely power, and you really need to protect yourself in this industry, and I cannot stress that enough. And I cannot stress enough how powerful being educated on just the basic in and outs of the industry. You don't have to know everything, but even just understanding, you know, somewhat of how the industry works, and why do you even want to sign a record deal? You know, what are they going to do for you that you can't already do for yourself? There's just a lot of questions, you know, you should ask yourself, but you can tell I could go on about that. But anyways, that's all I'll say for now. What is your process for making music? Do you have a ritual? I wouldn't say I necessarily have a ritual. I would say that it kind of changes from time to time. A lot of the time I will freestyle just like over a YouTube beat, or I'll freestyle with Dolph on the guitar, or I'll play the 3 chords I know on the guitar and freestyle, or I'll just write something. That was actually how I made the most recent song. Was I just started off with just writing. Like, I was just going through it one night, and I just wrote a bunch of, I was just writing, you know, and then I went into the studio later and kind of based it off of what I already had and just emotion and everything. So yeah. So next question, are you working on a music video? Would you be interested in a collab? I do have one music video in the works that I've been working on for quite some time now. I'm hoping it will be able to come out in the near future, and I can't wait to tell you guys more about it. Would I be interested in a collab? Possibly. DM me on Instagram or send me an email at psylosia@gmail.com. Are you still planning to do virtual performances? By the way, I love you. I love you too. Yes, I am. That is what I am really trying to get ready right now, so I can hopefully start doing them for you guys this month. Let's see what else we have. If you get the chance to tour, where would you tour to? Oh my gosh, there's so many places I want to go. I don't know why, but like, I really want to go to Europe. I would love to do a European tour. But honestly, like, anywhere. I don't even know. Like, I just want to go and perform for you guys and see other parts of the world. So I'm not too picky. Did you play that gorgeous Moog solo on I Don't Want to Stay on Darling? No, actually Dolph played that. He arranged that. I know, I love that solo so much. Why can't I find any information about you anywhere? I wonder what's your real name. Probably just because I'm super low-key. My real name is Charlotte Waltz, though. Despite having no... this is a... Okay. What's your advice for someone who wants to start studying music in the UK to have a career despite having no music theory whatsoever, but has a good musical ear? Great question. I actually really don't have much theory knowledge myself, but I also have a great ear, and that's really the most important thing. I would say my advice to you would be to go and get an internship at the closest studio to you. That's what I did. That's how I got my start in music. Is when I moved here, that was the first thing I did, is I got an internship at a studio and started working there and just learning the ins and outs of everything, meeting people. It's a really great place to meet people. That's where I met almost like everyone that has come into my life in music. That's where I met Dolph, my producer. So highly, highly, highly recommend just getting an internship at a studio, and most of the time you don't need to have music theory knowledge to be an intern at a studio. Someone said, hey, will you make more songs for us? Of course I will. I'm always making more songs for you. When will there be lyrics on Spotify for the new song? So, I'm sorry about that. I am working on the lyrics for the new song. What happens is that I am like working on the song right up until I upload it, and I usually upload it like a week or two before it comes out, which is a little last minute. So it sometimes takes the distributor longer to like process the lyrics and actually put them on the streaming platform. But I promise I'm working on the lyrics for I too. Bear with me, guys. I'm independent. What is the song closest to your heart? Oh man, I mean, there's so many. I would say probably songs that really give me nostalgia. A lot of music that I listened to in high school is like very nostalgic for me. So specifically like the Starboy album by The Weeknd is like so nostalgic for me. It just reminds me of high school, being in my first relationship, like so nostalgic. Who's your favorite artist? Also, I love you so much and your songs are amazing. Thank you so much. I love you too. Like I said earlier, like I have many favorite artists. I mean, like I said, the first artist I can remember having a huge impact on me was Michael Jackson. And then like when I got into high school and stuff, I was a lot more into like pop and R&B. And you know, I was listening to The Weeknd, Billie Eilish, Lana, of course. Oh my gosh, I'm obsessed with Lana. Tame Impala, of course, too, at that time. Kehlani, also, she's amazing. But yeah, I didn't really get introduced to rock music until later, like until actually like my early 20s, when I started working at a music school, and they're very heavily like rock based, and it was really cool because I was able to like really be exposed to that genre in like kind of a real life scenario for the first time. And so it was so cool because I was working with, you know, like actual musicians and people that are in bands of their own, and just learned about, you know, some like rock lore. I learned a lot about Nirvana and like kind of got into Nirvana, you know, and just a bit of a different genre that I really hadn't explored yet. So that was really cool. But yeah, I don't know, that was kind of like a long answer to your question, but anyways, those are all the questions I received from you guys. So I just want to say thank you so much for watching this video today, and thank you so much for listening to my music, and I hope that you connect with it in a similar way that I do. I hope that it's as special for you as it is for me creating it. I can't wait to meet some of you in real life at shows someday. Like, I just can't imagine. I'm so excited to start doing the live stream shows for you guys, at least. Also, I want to apologize for all of the cuts in this video, because I filmed the whole video in like 2 to 3 minute segments, because like I said in the beginning, I had to film this like 3 or 4 times because my computer kept like deleting the video after I would film it like all the way through, because of storage or whatever. So I'm praying this will work. So I love you guys so much. thank you for watching, thank you for being here with me today, and cheers to more YouTube videos this year and much more music to come. So thank you so much. Bye! I hope you have a great day.